after the intimate concert at London's Hammersmith Apollo in front of just 3,000 people, the big reunion all-stars are about to embark on an epic nationwide sold-out arena tour. With over 100,000 tickets sold, they'll travel through 14 different cities, playing to audiences of up to 15,000 screaming fans every night. Their physical and mental stamina will be challenged to the max. It's not even lunchtime on the first day, and one band is already testing Paul's patience.
We've actually been banned from this dance studios.
You're almost 20 minutes late, so how long do this is going to be? Good question, Dagger.
It's not looking good at the moment.
He's stuck in traffic. He said it's a London thing.
I've also done the London thing today, and I was here at 9 o'clock.
I'm never the last one. I'm always the first one, so they can
Today, it's not gone very well so far.
Come on, jacket off, coat off.
Boys, as per usual, turned up late in dribs and drabs.
We're running late, as usual. He's running late.
We had a 15-minute,
Where am I meant to be?
a 25-minute, a 45-minute,
Sorry, Paul. Sorry, everyone.
and then an hour.
See, I travelled from Lincoln, like the countryside, and I was chilling a bit too much, and I thought I'd be all right for time, because I don't do London anymore, because it's traffic and people rushing to go nowhere, and everyone's in a rush. Meanwhile, I'm waving at people, like, why don't they wave back anymore, you know what I mean? Show me this shit.
I could have shown this shit at 10 o'clock.
I don't think we've got any concept of time, because we don't really have the time to be turning up an hour late for rehearsals.
For the boys from Five, reuniting as a whole was a struggle when, at the 11th hour, rapper Jay announced that his 2013 funk would most certainly not be slam-dunked.
And I was really angry, because I've been personally myself been trying to get this band back together for years and years and years, and someone's let it down.
Jay was a really, really big part of the band. I feel sad that he's not there and it's not, you know, the absolute original lineup.
Five is five, you know what I'm saying, with this guy? And I just don't want him to regret anything more than anything else. Because I think it could be amazing, potentially something beautiful.
I was willing to forgive. I wanted to move forward. He's not here, and that's it.
But Jay has emerged from the shadows and is ready to set the record straight.
I watched that first show. And because I don't really watch TV, and I'd kind of got a TV out of the cupboard, plugged it in. I'm excited because I'm like, the guys are on TV. And I kind of thought, you know, a lot of shit did go on between us all. Like, and, you know, I thought maybe Scott would have said, because it was known that me and Scott had a bit of confrontation.
There were times in that band where I did hate him. There were times in that band where I thought he was really cool. He did have a very gentle side as well. But he's a Gemini, so he's like two people. One of them was like salt of the earth. The other was a complete cock.
Like stuff that's been said by some of the other guys about how I could be, yeah. I've looked back and I've thought I was loud and aggressive at times, and I was physically bigger than them. Then I can see how that could have been taken in a certain way, even though never in my mind was I so-called bullying people at all. But stuff that Sean said has just blown my, and I mean this genuinely, has just blown my mind to pieces. Stuff's been said that's actually not true, and it has actually had a deep impact on me.
His words to me were that he hated me. From the very first moment he heard me sing. That's where it began. It was like that from the beginning.
I mean this in a literal sense. When Sean came on, I was like, oh, see what Sean's saying. And he started saying the stuff he was saying, and I mean this. I've got the TV there, and I've just turned to the wall like that. And when someone says I'm sat open mouth, I'm just sat staring at the wall, like listening to what he's saying, but almost like with the trombone effect going on out of a Hitchcock film or something, because like because I actually can't believe what I'm hearing from who I'm hearing it from. And then it's just going on and on. Yeah, and I still don't understand it.
Little comments here, little comments there.
Like an 85-year-old man. He's going to hurt his back and everything, running like that, lazy, it's like a sour run. I mean, look at it.
I was actually very, very confident and very outgoing in the beginning of the band. I had no fear whatsoever. But I became the unconfident one. I became the insecure one. I let the external environment destroy me.
Sean was so annihilated that he suffered a breakdown, and in 2001 he quit the band.
I needed some sort of father figure. I needed somebody to just put an arm around me and just sort of say, it's going to be all right, we're looking after you, but it wasn't quite like that.
When Sean left the band, he was in such a bad way. It was horrific what was going on with him. He phoned me up and said, could he come and stay and live with me and my family? And Sean came to my sister's house, and like, we quite literally nursed him for 3 weeks, like 24 hours a day. Sean quite literally was in hell. To not be close friends with all 4 of those dudes, for me personally, it seems like a pretty shocking thing, because I thought we were. This is the mad thing. I really genuinely thought like everything had been gone through and like there was nothing even hanging around anymore. You're talking, we've all been very good friends for years now, but to go into like certain things and then just keep kind of having these little kind of comments and digs seems it's a bit weird. That's why I did actually want to have a say, because it feels like this thing's been opened up and that our band on that whole show, our band seemed like the only one who haven't actually kind of got closure on all the bad stuff that happened and all the stress and stuff we went through.
Since the boys from Five got back together, only Abs has stayed in touch with Jay and has longed for his rapping partner to be back by his side. On the eve of the tour, he arranges a clandestine meeting.
My curly-chested friend.
You're right.
Hey, man. Good to see you too, man.
Okay?
Yep, you?
Oh, mate. Whew. We got to talk.
Yeah, we have.
It was kind of weird for me because when we first started talking about the big reunion, you seemed so like passionate about it. You was. You felt like
I was. There was just a few things that I started getting a little bit uncomfortable about, the whole like social networking thing. And then it was when people were saying to me, no, you need to get like a Twitter thing and you're going to have to, and we've set you an account up so you can go on there. And I was like, whoa, what?
So that put a little spanner in the works a little bit. You felt pressure.
For me, it just shot off into like the old school times of people controlling everything and you having no say over anything, and before you know it, that's turned into that and that. And I went home that night and I was just thought, no.
And is that the main reason? Is it the fame, the limelight, the pressures that come with that? Or was it band members? Like,
absolutely
that's what
not.
I thought. It couldn't be anything to do with the boys.
Because I like my privacy.
But as a teenager, privacy was the last thing Jay thought he would be after.
By the time I reached 19, 20, leading up to when I got into Five, I was actually in a really desperate way, like psychologically, because I just always felt that I was going to make music and that was going to be my way of kind of experiencing life how I felt I should be experiencing it. One night, I'd been depressed for a long time and I walked to a petrol station. It was the only place I could think of going to get something. I basically bought a big bag full of painkillers. Went back to the house, girlfriend was downstairs, I went upstairs and I took about 1.5 boxes of painkillers or something and tried to finish myself off. We kind of come round and I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, the feeling I had was of panic because of what I'd done. Panic because realised the level of desperation I'd obviously fallen into to be able to even contemplate, never mind going through with that. I was almost a little bit like, oh, as well, because I was at that level where I just didn't want to exist anymore.
After pulling himself together, finally Jay's dreams became a reality. He joined Five, and very quickly they conquered Planet Pop.
One comment was mentioning about that I'd spoke to you recently or something, and then Sean did pipe up like, oh, if Jay even came back, like he'd walk. You know what I mean? And it kind of threw me because I'd be thinking like, Why is it that bad? Like, that you can't talk to the dude? You know what I'm saying?
Of course I had my stuff going on like we all did. And of course I can see the nature of where some of the stuff might have come from that people have said, like, you know, I did have a temper at times. And I can see that could have affected people, because I was a bit of a, you know, I could be a dominant, like, figure.
You was under the same pressures.
Yeah.
That's the rest of us. The same pressures,
yeah,
man. Like...
yeah. I was losing my mind like everyone else. I think about 8 months into the band, chronic insomnia kicked in. That basically devastated my life.
But it was during the making of Don't Wanna Let You Go that things started spiralling out of control.
We go in to film the video and I just have a full-on breakdown. So a doctor comes, I have to get kind of sleeping medication, I get taken to a hotel to knock me out to sleep, and then they have to rewrite the kind of video. So then when I could film the next day, they changed it around to like, Jay's been abducted by a fan. You know, when I've looked back on it, of course that affected my moods, and of course I could be like snappy. But now I would say to them, you know, after some of the stuff that was said, just look back and kind of realise how on the edge I was a lot of the time.
No more games. Let's get Jay back.
Every day I'm living my life and I just felt completely empty and hollow because everybody's going, hey, and you're arriving at places and everyone's wee, and you're supposed to be yay, and inside I was just...
There's a lot of emotional blockages, it seems like, that need to just be acupunctured out. Do you know what I'm saying? And just let it flow, man, and wherever it goes, at least it's been released and it's been channeled in some form or another.
But in a roundabout way, you and I have been on quite a similar one with the kind of outlook we've taken on life and the stuff we've been through with ourselves and where we've popped out on the other side of it. And, you know, from stuff other people have said, and not just people in our band, but a lot of other bands have said this, like a similar thing about when they felt like they were losing themselves and they didn't know who they were and what was going on, and then they stopped themselves from falling any further. And the thing is, even fall,
let go and drop,
let go and fall through it. And if you come out at the other end alive, you come out in a very different place.
At the height of Five's fame, life changed dramatically for Jay when he discovered the healing power of sitting down and having a nice think.
And I remember coming into the studio like a lunatic, going up to them all going, guys, you've got to start meditating. You've got to, like, it's free, you can do it anywhere, and you feel fucking brilliant. Like, you've got to start, and they're all like, all right, mate. And then from then on, whenever we'd be doing anything, we'd get like 10-minute break, and whereas before in that 10-minute break, it would have been outside in the tour van reefer, it was like 10-minute break, I'm outside, and just sitting. And gradually through that, my life just started completely changing, because I was just looking in the wrong direction for stuff. I was looking out there all the time. What can I get? If I get a record deal, that'll fill this hole. If I get £1 million, that'll fill this hole. If I get the most amazing looking girlfriend, that'll fill this hole. If people think I'm brilliant, that'll fill this hole. And none of it did, it just made it worse. And then when I turned my attention round and went on the so-called spiritual search, or whatever you want to call it, that really has come out at a very different place. Being in that band, it just wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't have worked for me. It's successful for them now without me. So the reason for me doing this isn't because, you know, I don't want people thinking, oh, look at him now, he's come forward because he's seen it's working for him. It's not that, because I actually couldn't do that now. I'd be lying to myself and lying to other people if I tried to put myself on stage or whatever.
I just hope maybe the other boys will see this and will maybe give you a little call or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Give me some sugar, man. Yeah. Brother. Give me some sugar, man. Yes, brother.
I can honestly say that for the past 12 years, that's nearly a third of my life now. My entire existence, and yeah, I've had like times when I've gone out still and I've partied and I've got fucked up, and you know, I've been in a few relationships with some lovely people, but the driving force of my existence has just been this consuming search that I've been on. I've basically found completeness and wholeness, and I genuinely experience existence now as just, well, as being miraculous. and it has an effect on everything. It's amazing. Yeah, life is fucking brilliant.
Wound Liz up a little bit, but, you know, Liz is quite a sensitive girl. She's one of my closest mates, so I'll have a chat with her later on.
Didn't go down too well, Liz.
Been working very hard for the tour. A little bit gym, lots of drinking. It's really important. You got to get your tolerance up. Do you know what I mean? You got to like wake up, sort of like, oh God, I feel terrible. It's okay, and move, pack, and into the van, you know, and look chipper.
Found out about the fancy dress. I thought there is no way the five boys are going to be doing that. It's not our scene.
I initially thought, oh shit.
I'm sat with Vaz. Next minute I hear fancy dress. I'm thinking, this is bad news.
You might.
I'm not doing it.
I don't want to do it.
Have you ever done fancy dress?
Yeah, loads of times.
What have you dressed up?
Me and Kerry went as Batman and Batgirl.
You Batgirl?
Yeah.
I want to
I've never been to a fancy dress party in my life.
I don't think I have actually.
And I think there's a reason for it. It's not funny.
Kerry, I might go as you.
Why don't you go as Jay from 5?
Nah.
You remember it?
Nah?
Do you think I'll find it funny in the end?
No, but you look like a dick and then we can all laugh at you.
All right, that's a joke. I've got it.
Because I automatically presumed that...
I'm thinking, you know, probably going to look a bit stupid being in normal clothes. We probably should, like, make a bit of an effort.
Everyone else was doing it. Everyone was playing ball, and we were going to look like these arrogant pricks who just didn't want to join in the fun.
Nothing.
Do you want to see the ball?
Yeah.
Get him down, baby. You look good.
Take the trash off. So I'm rocking this pirate outfit, quite happy, thinking I'm looking good in it. Who walks in exactly the same thing, exactly the same? Jimmy. Ah, come on, Jimmy, man.
You can tell that Abs is not happy.
That's not cool.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm a bear.
I'm Maverick. And we're on a tour.
Rich looks absolutely hot.
Getting a bit giddy, you know what I mean?
Looks exactly like Tom Cruise. All the girls go, oh, he look... Oh.
So then, rehearsals are done, costumes are on, we're ready to rock and roll. Time to get on the bus. Outside, everybody, we're going in. The big reunion bus, which none of us had seen.
I mean, we expected something mega, but this was like...
And I'm looking at this bus going, you have got to be kidding me.
And we are plastered all over it.
On one hand, it's kind of cool. Like, when do you get a bus with your face on it?
I cannot believe I've got to get on that thing.
Get the good seat, Sean.
Let's go.
What are you talking about?
Where's the alcohol?
Miss Entertainment Queen Tash brings out the board games. Let's all have a board game. Like, when was the last time I played a board game? Family Christmas 1988? I don't know.
We have Liberty X in one corner, we have the kittens in the other, and we've got Richie and Abs divided.
So, the game begins. Ding ding, round one.
This part of the bus is the quiet bit, right? You've got all the fucking morons up there. Have you seen them?
It's like a scene out of Fame up there.
Oh, it is?
Make me laugh then.
Have a look at Spike. He looks disturbing. Pervert. In it. Jacket on, dress, lipstick on. And they were enjoying it.
There's more drink. People are mixing the drinks. I'm up for anything.
What is going on? This does not bode well for the tour. This is going to be carnage.
If you're interested, I'm pimping Rich out.
And then finally, we reach our destination.
The big reunion has quite literally started.